guys. This is Jeff Gibby back in the studio today to talking about another project that we've been working on for a while now. And I want to kind of give you an idea of what it is. We've been working with Don Fishback for a while. And we've come up with something that he likes so much that he uses it every day in his trading to find non-directional plays and non-directional options. So let's go ahead and get started. Don Fishback is somebody that I've been familiar with in the industry for a long time, since the very beginning of my career here at MetaStock. I've always really liked his non-directional approaches to options trading, and we've been collaborating with him on a project to kind of take that to the next level. And like I said, the product that we've come up with has been really, really good. I always like it when we can kind of go in to somebody like Don Fishback and provide them with something that they like so much that they use it every day. So what I want to do today is I want to kind of talk to you exactly about what this product is, kind of give you an understanding of the mentalities behind it and how it's designed to work. The product itself is based on some of the work of Darrel Guppy, and basically it's using quite a few moving averages, and to be specific about it, some exponential moving averages. And we're basically using the 60, the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, the 15, the 12, the 10, the 8, the 5, and the 3. And what we're looking at really in this particular add-on is we're looking for compression. We're looking for the stock's volatility to decrease. And in that particular play, it's kind of like looking for a wound-up spring. Stocks only generally tend to go sideways for so long. And the more and more constrained they get, the more likely they are to actually break out in a certain direction or other. And what we've done basically with the moving averages is we've basically created a ratio of the moving averages. We look for the highest moving average on the chart and the lowest moving average of the chart, and we make a ratio of those two values. And what we're looking for in the add-on and what we're looking for the opportunities is for that compression ratio, which you can see here on the chart, to be lower than it has been in 4 years on any given security. So if we kind of go over here, this is a chart that I pulled up today, Microsoft, and just happened to find Microsoft as a signal on the chart. And what you're going to see here again is the odds volatility compression ratio. This is measuring the distance between that highest and that lowest moving average on the chart. And when it gets tighter than it's been in the last 1,000 days of data, or about 4 years, it's going to fire off a little signal right here. And that's a signal that actually basically that it's probably as tight as it's going to get, and eventually, or pretty soon, it's very likely to break out either one direction or another. And that's the reason I like Don Fishback, is it's a non-directional play. Obviously, if you expect the stock to break in one direction or the other, and you're an option trader, you can take buy a put and buy a call to take advantage of that. And in this particular example, when we actually come in and we see that it's tighter than it's been in 4 years, we basically put a little bit of a signal on the chart for you called the OVC, the odds volume compression signal right here. Okay, and basically the way you would play that, and we do have the expert advisor commentary all totally integrated into this. Basically what we're going to say is it's currently extremely compressed. The stock's price is short, and long-term moving averages have all converged to a very narrow range, indicating the stock movement has become very compressed and is very likely to break out. Therefore, a straddle purchase, a long straddle, or a simultaneous purchase of a put and call at the same strike price with the same expiration at the money would be basically the recommendation for that. And in the case of Microsoft, with this example, obviously I'm going to show you an example that worked, but it worked out very, very well. It broke out of its range and kind of rose quite a bit on the chart. Obviously, the advantage of having something that's very selective, and we are looking at something that's very, very selective here. We're trying to find something that is as compressed as it's been in 4 years. Usually when I run a scan against all of the optionable stocks, I'm going to find maybe a few different scans that meet that criteria. And in that case, I like stuff that's pretty selective. I'd much rather look at 3 to 5 or maybe even 6 or 7 charts than 300 or 4,500. But the idea here is let's find the stocks that are really, really compressed, and then that way we can focus on the opportunities as they exist in the marketplace. I want to show you how this works in MetaStock real quick. So let me go ahead and just kind of walk you through the product a little bit. I've got Microsoft up here. I want to show you how to open up a chart of the odds templates and kind of just show you how those work. So let's go ahead and open up eBay, for example. We'll go ahead and put in the symbol for eBay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually apply a template. Now there's 2 different templates that are available in this particular program, and they're both under odds. So let me scroll a little bit up here, and there's 2 versions. There's odds compression and odds compression bars. Now both of the templates are going to look very, very similar to the chart that we've got up here. The real difference, both of the templates are going to have the compression ratio, they're going to have the compression signal, they're going to have the expert attached and part of the chart, the OVC expert, which will show you where that happened. The real difference between the 2 templates is in the odds compression template, what you're going to have is you're going to have a line chart. And in the odds compression bars, you're going to have a bars chart, or a bar chart. So that's really the only difference. Don really likes to look at it in lines. I need like at least bars or candles, so I decided to kind of put in a different version for you guys. And that's really, simply put, the way that you'll open that up. Now, to run the scan is actually a very simple process as well. Going to go ahead and open up the Power Console, click on the Explore part of MetaStock, which is the scanner inside of MetaStock. And here we've got the odds volatility compression. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select this. If you hover over it, it's going to tell you this is looking for stocks that are in a very, very narrow range and have become tightly wound like a coiled spring. And I can come up here and I just tell it what instruments that I want to search for. And in this case, I'm going to search for all of the optionable stocks. I just put a check mark there. And literally, you just have to start the exploration at that point. There's nothing too tricky about it. It's going to go through. It's going to take just a couple minutes and kind of give you a list of all the stocks that are as compressed as they've been in 4 years. Okay, I've actually already run that just to save time for the demo purpose. But let me go ahead and show you what the report looks like. Here we've got the list of the instruments that are as compressed as they've been in 4 years. I can see what those are. I can see the ticker. And we're also reporting the close and the ratio as well. So basically the ratio is the difference between the top moving average and the bottom moving average. And so if you wanted to kind of look at them from the lowest ratio to the highest ratio, you could easily do that. You could obviously see the close price to see if it kind of fits the price range that you're looking at, and then kind of identify the trade that you wanted to do. Obviously, we'd save this list, we'd go in and look at the charts, and we'd evaluate which ones we like most based on the chart itself. And that's pretty much it. It's a very, very simple add-on. Very, very straightforward, very, very easy to use, and something that I think you'll really, really like. I'd really like the non-directional plays. It's a way to say, okay, well, I bet the stock is going to start moving again in one direction or the other. It's a way to kind of not have to decide which direction that's going to be. So the indicators that we've included in this add-on is the compression indicator, the compression ratio, we've got the scan, the odds compression scan. Of course, we've got the expert advisor, and then the 2 templates, the compression and the compression bars. The price on this product's $3.99. We offer it with a 30-day money-back guarantee, but I'm sure you're not going to need that. I'm sure you're going to love this thing and you'll be able to keep it and use it for many, many years to come. That's what I have. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can call our sales team at 1-800-882-3040. And thanks for using MetaStock.